What is the Asian underground movement? I think it's like for the first time that young Asian people had an identity within the dance music arena. The Asian underground, when it came, started obviously the drum and bass, breakbeat, and all these other different influences going on. I think it's the first time, as I say, that young people are able to identify and Asians had a movement.
I guess that it was a hub of activity between people who were like-minded, who were from almost the same generation of people that came from a certain politics. You know, we were all members of the diaspora. Our parents had come as migrants. They came with their creativity, but had kind of, you know, that was part and parcel of them, but they had to work to, you know, bring us up and, you know, give us a better education than they would have been able to do from the Indian subcontinent. From a philosophy where of detachment. So to attach anything to the voice is like so esoteric and it's not a tangible thing. You can't touch it, and so that then feeds into my whole philosophy of the way that I sing, that is about the Nad Brahma, which is it's formless. So I was very uncomfortable with, you know, me being at the forefront. I want, you know, it was always this formless energy. It was about the energy that was important to me, the energy that kind of enacted that space. I still have a very good relationship with Bolo, who was the guy who was doing the rapping, spoken word stuff, and it was really good to have Coco behind me, you know, as another female to kind of balance it out.
The recordings, that label was created so that we could put out our own music. Everything was changing. For us, it was like you either sit and wait and see if somebody likes it and wants to pick it up, or you just do it yourself.
We discovered that there was a new venue opening in Hackney, in a deconsecrated church called the 291 Gallery, and they were looking to populate it with art and creativity. So we went as a collective and said, you know, we'll put on some club nights. And so like I said, there was DJs, there was me as this lone vocalist, there was human rights activists that worked for Amnesty at the time. We came together and said, you know, we would like to do clubbing with a difference. And what we want to do is conscious clubbing. So we want to be able to promote human rights campaigns to people who wouldn't necessarily come to spaces like this. We want to populate your space, and we want to bring some interesting folk that don't usually go to those spaces. So for me, that was really interesting, because not suddenly, but you know, the whole idea of activism for me is about occupying spaces. And to do that through music and change the space through creativity was just an amazing opportunity. And so that's what we did. We changed the space of this church into a campaign room, a club room, a mehfil room. It was all of those spaces all at once. The fact that young people were occupying those spaces in those times was a very political act, and it was a movement. You know, so many ways, through dance, through the ways in which we were dressing, the ways in which we were dancing, the ways in which we were able to go out.